now.
Are we rolling?
All right, down we go.
This is Radio Tetris International, Postcard from Poprad.
I think it's a bizarre idea.
Well, it doesn't sound broken.
We've had a bit of a rewind.
Ian, I've got something to say. I was waiting for my moment.
Lee and I have lots of fun when we do these funny little things that we do.
In all honesty, I don't get
It'd
it.
be like a menage a trois.
I'm actually sitting here in my scanties.
Now see what you've done, Rachel.
I've got to tell you, though, it's pretty hilarious.
Oh, right.
Absolutely not. It's because you mended the studio and you broke everything.
What an idiot.
RTI.
That'll be us then. Radio Tetris International. I'm Eric Wiltshire at the base of the glorious Tatry Mountains, and it's been raining a bit. Ugh, that's horrible. Hi to wherever you're listening. We'll run through those in a momentos because we've got so much to get through today. But first of all, I've got something very special to do because sadly, Peter Mayhew died, who was the Star Wars character who played Chewie or Chewbacca. He's died at the age of 74. And before we start the show proper, a little tribute to our Chewie.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Always.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Chewie. We're home.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Screaming about it can't help you.
Yeah, it's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
The Force will be with you. Always.
You can understand that thing?
And that thing can understand you too, so watch it. Come on out of there.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Chewie.
Chewie, is that you?
Chewie! I can't see, pal. What's going on?
Chewie, come on! I need help with this giant hairy thing! Stop moving! You hurt Chewie, you're gonna deal with me!
Hurt him? He almost killed me 6 times!
May the Force be with you. Found him in a junk pile.
Oh, what a mess. Chewie, you think you can repair him?
Lando's got people that can fix him.
No thanks.
May the Force be with you.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Always.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, Peter Mayhew. Grand character who was found whilst working in a hospital. You couldn't make it up if you tried.
Who was Chewie?
What do you mean?
Who was Chewie?
Oh, hang on, are you on? No, you're
I
not.
don't.
You are now.
Am I on now?
You are on now.
Chewie? I've never heard of Chewie.
What do you mean you haven't heard of Chewie?
Well, that was a pigeon.
What is he on?
That was a pigeon.
Right.
Yeah.
Chewie.
I used to chew tobacco.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, I used to chew tobacco. Anyway, that was very interesting. I knew Peter. Oh, he was that hairy thing.
He was over 7 feet tall.
No, he wasn't.
He was 7'2".
7 foot.
Sorry,
2?
I lie. 7'3", actually.
Well, I'm 6'5", so that means he was taller than me.
Yeah, you weren't as tall as Darth Vader.
Who's Darth Vader?
Luke Skywalker's dad.
Who's Luke Skywalker's dad?
Yeah.
You're just making all this up.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
Well, somebody confirmed to me. Yes, I agree. Lee Banks should be shot. I agree.
Yeah, we'll get the Consumer Watch Foundation on you.
Yeah, right. Luke Skywalker's dad.
Yeah.
Was Darth Vader.
Was Daft what?
Darth Vader.
A Daft Vader.
And Luke Skywalker was all passionately in love with Princess Leia until he found out, really, it was her sister. His sister.
So he was tar-diddling with his sister?
No, he didn't go do that.
How do you know?
Because it was on the film. He was just all platonic.
Holding
love.
hands and things like that.
Yes. Yes.
How interesting. So he's dead. Chewbacca's dead. And he was a pigeon.
You're just a heathen. You're a Philistine.
I'm just tired. I'm glad to be back, though. Have you missed me?
No.
Come on, Tory boy, you've missed me.
Tory boy. You've been watching too much English television. That's for sure. Anyway, he was the guy that was the co-pilot. And he was just fab. It was just a fabulous character. And although he didn't actually do the voice of Chewie, it was like his motions and his creation of the person.
So they got a pigeon in to do his voice. This microphone's too high. This microphone that you broke, that you bent, it's too high. Look, it's right there in my eyes.
Well, move it down a little bit then.
You told me not to touch it.
You have to unscrew the control.
I can't unscrew it, can I?
Oh, God.
Wait, now you broke me.
No, I haven't. Because I know how to do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You despair sometimes, don't you, boys and girls? You really do. Anyway, that was our little tribute.
To Peter Mayhew.
To the lovely Peter Mayhew. Les Murray.
Oh,
I know nothing. Oh, he was a poet. That explains it.
Not Liz, Les. He was a
Said
bloke.
Les.
Yeah, what do you mean he was a poet and you didn't know it? Of course he did.
Well, how would I know he's a poet?
He was Australia's most provocative poet. And, he lived this incredible life of poorness and dishevelment and destruction. And he, from that great despond that had his life, he created the most powerful industrial poetry ever to be written in the bucolic lands of Perth and Western Australia.
Come on, R2.
Have you got thrush?
Come on, R2. Sort him out. Anyway, he's passed away.
He's dead.
Has a lady I do know, well, I don't know her, but I knew of her, was Doreen Spooner. Because she was fab.
Yeah, she was very nice, actually. I've met her. I genuinely have met her. And, she was the woman who actually marked her place in her career as a journalist, as a photojournalist, by chance stumbling across those two women who I can't remember, Christine Keeler and Mandy Rice Davis, sitting together in a pub in Fleet Street. The clue was that they were actually sitting in a pub in Fleet Street where they might have got spotted by press photographers.
Yes. I have a comment here. Oh. Can anyone see if Lee has shoelaces?
Yeah, I have, actually.
And if so, who tied them up for him?
My mother.
She's not here.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say about my mother. You say
she's in the UK, not in Slovakia.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Who was asking that anyway, cheeky monkey? Is that Steve Mann?
No, Dave.
Dave Rhodes?
Yeah.
I've been really nice to you, Dave Rhodes. Well, that can soon end.
Mira Markovic, who was widely blamed for urging her husband, Slobodan, in Yugoslavia to be the nasty piece of work that he was.
It was the woman behind him, wasn't it? All the power's the woman behind him.
It's always the same, isn't it?
He was probably a very nice man.
Until she got hold of him.
Yeah.
Ruined him.
Like
everything else. We will have lots more news. The men in white coats are trying to bash the doors down. They do that every Tuesday, mate. But it never works. Never does work. I thought this next particular subject was going to be the most interesting
Say
ever.
hello.
No.
You just said no.
She said no.
She said no on
she
the radio.
always says no.
Petra says no.
Yes.
Petra says no.
By the computer.
Yeah, Petra says no. In the UK, it's been the local election.
Are you listening to this, Mr. Mann?
And there was lots of... I said to one guy yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, there's a Slovak phrase, which kind of roughly translated, says, don't boast until you know the result.
Exactly. You're listening to this, Mr. Mann.
And it kind of works out because...
Are you listening to Tory Boy?
He's not Tory boy. The scoreboard at the moment, if you wish, is the Labour Party are down 73 seats.
Oh, heck.
The Tories are down 474.
Ooh.
The Lib Dems are up.
First time they've been up for years.
323. The Green Party is up 46.
Yeah.
The Residents Association, they're up 13.
They're meeting at our house.
UKIP are down 54. The Liberals, as opposed to the Lib Dems, have stayed on 2 where they were. But the big other news is that the independent candidates have trumped up so far 219 wins. Now, normally what happens in a midterm election, I can't wait to see Steve's response. I'm sure it'll come there in a minute. Matthew. Oh, sorry, I'll get to those in a minute.
Hello, Matthew.
Oh, David, don't be silly. I will read your message. The typical thing that happens in a midterm election like this is the incumbent government gets hammered.
Yeah.
And I mean literally hammered. The main opposition party flies through the roof and does really well.
Looking really good.
Yeah, and I understand why. It's a protest vote. Because people go, I don't love you. And then the incumbent government gives loads of sweeties out. And by the time we get to the main election, they go and win again.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. So, pray tell me...
Okay.
If it is that the main opposition party has lost 73 seats, then minus 73.
Yeah.
I'll say that again, minus 73.
Yeah, that's Steve, man.
How on earth are they going to win a general election?
Well, I know that's the thing, but what you've got to look at is the whole of the political system in Britain has been in total, absolute, abject disarray for 2 years now, and you would really have thought somebody who was in power within the opposition could have at least jumped on the bandwagon on that and really capitalised on it. But Mr. Corbyn, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what's he done? Just destroyed his own party.
Yeah, Matthew says,
hello.
We go down some of the messages. Thank you for the birthday message on the 30th of April. You're welcome, Matthew.
Happy birthday.
Get some sanity back in the studio. We miss you, Petra. Thank you. Mitchell says, hello, Poprad. Hello, Mitchell.
Hello, Mitchell.
David wants to free Assange.
You want a free Assange? Yeah, is that like a sponge? They do really good sponges over here. I can send you one. I won't charge you. You get a sponge.
No, he's got to stay in prison because he broke the law in the UK.
Why? He's only got, 50
weeks.
50 weeks. Why has he only got 50 weeks? Why is he classing himself as a journalist? He's never been a journalist in his life.
Actually, he did win one award in Australia once, I think.
Yeah, but he wasn't for journalism. He had no control over that information he was putting out. And what he did, he fed it to The Guardian and completely bamboozled The Guardian with it because he was just doing it willy-nilly. That man's deserves to go to jail.
Well, he's gone to jail because he was in contempt of court. He ran away, broke the law. Yeah. He's in Nick. And to be honest, it's not as long as he was in prison in the Ecuadorian embassy.
Well,
anyway.
I never understood. If he'd have done his time,
he'd have been out.
Free sponge.
David adds, Remainers have spoken. Okay.
How'd you get that?
I don't know.
Explain that.
Steve says, in what universe does minus 474 for the Tories mean it's a great night for the Tories? No, I didn't say that.
Tory boy didn't say that.
I didn't. No. What I said was that the opposition party
should have been flying
over the moon, and they minused 73. So you've got what a lot of people call the worst government on the planet, and the main opposition party loses as well.
Yeah.
They should have had the 474 that the Tories lost. And no, they didn't. They lost themselves. So it kind of like messes it all up. And basically, I think actually, I'm going to say this. If the Labour Party wants to win an election...
Get rid of
Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
You just got to get rid of him. The votes were about Brexit, which is why the pro-referendum parties did so well.
Well, I'm not sure about that. You know, if that was a vote about remaining in or Brexit, Well, what does it lead you to believe? How does that reflect? Now, what should we do? Should we stay or should we go? It's an old song, but should we stay or should we go?
Well, yeah. And
Come on, read it, Steve. Tell us.
Steve says there's more than one opposition party, but the main opposition party by a country mile are the Labour Party.
Of course they are.
Now, the tiny little dwarfs in Parliament...
That's a bit dwarfist.
Which are the Liberals, Liberal Democrats, not the Liberals, the Liberal Democrats and the Greens, who are incy-wincy, teeny-weeny spiders... Well, they got something like 6 MPs or something. I don't know. It's very small anyway. They've racked up a gain of 323. So you've got the tiny minority opposition parties knocking 9 bells out of the main opposition party.
You've got to face facts. Honestly, that is the truth. Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn has killed your party. You might think he's wonderful, but he's not. He's not. He's divisive. He's divisive.
Well, yeah, we should have a referendum. That's what the voters...
Yeah, let's have a referendum whether Jeremy Corbyn's divisive.
Yeah. Or do you go for best of 3?
Yeah, let's have a referendum about, should I drink this coffee now? Should we have a democratic vote on whether we are a democracy or we are not a democracy? Let's have a vote on that, because we've already voted democratically for it, so let's have another vote to prove that we're not a democracy.
Well, there is that to it as well. But basically, what you've got is a midterm crisis. The government are hated.
Is that like a midlife crisis?
A bit.
Is that because he's 70?
Oh, you are nearly.
I'm not 70. That Jeremy Corbyn is.
I thought he was 72, isn't he?
Is he? He's very old, isn't he?
I know, very old.
Not very. He's got all wizened and hairy.
Yeah, I know. Need some young people.
Young people, yeah. Let's get Russell Brand. Let's get Russell Brand out there.
Do you know what? They need more non-politically career people into Parliament. They really do. They should have real people, and at the end of the day, you've got to remember that a country is a PLC. Now, whether you like it or lump it, it is no different to any public limited company. Therefore, you have an income and you have expenditure. If your expenditure goes past your income, you go broke.
I just come and see you and borrow some money.
Yeah, like heck. Mitchell says, I expected the Conservatives to do badly, but I think it was the anti-Corbyn that voted against Labour.
Absolutely.
And I have to say I agree, because I don't think he's engaging with people. I mean, look what he did at the last election. And I don't remember the constituency. He flew down to somewhere to the only one that was a good win.
Yeah.
Today he's gone up north to the only one that's a good win and gone, oh, look, we've done ever so well. No, Jeremy, you haven't. You haven't. Seriously, mate. You have lost loads of seats. You're the party that everybody should love because you're opposing the government, and the government's always hated, and yet, no.
And you're a peace-loving hippie.
Well, there is that to it as well. I don't mind that. Disagree. All you got on the doorstep was Brexit. Now, Steve, I get that. People use it as an excuse. It's like the people that, not suggesting any particular religion, who knock on your door and sort of keep knocking on your door and keep knocking on your door.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Probably. And you don't tell them the truth.
What do you mean? Well, you lie to Jehovah's Witnesses. That's a terrible thing to say.
You tell them a white lie, not a...
Like what?
Like, I'm too busy, the washing machine's just flooded, and I've got to go, bye, bang.
I like talking to him.
Oh, I do, I love it.
We do, he's funny.
Oh, it's really brilliant.
Funny. And they're nice people.
Actually, if you invite them in for a cup of tea, it's brilliant.
They're there for days then, though.
When it comes down to it, most of the people on the street are fed up with politics and politicians. So it's a vote for people having something different. Yes, David, you're absolutely right.
But what have you got beyond politics? What have you got beyond our system of politics? We need to reform the whole system of politics. What Eric said 5 minutes ago is completely right. We need a proper... Yeah, no, I agree with you. I've missed you. We've been apart for 3 weeks.
Oof. Oof.
And what he says, we need real, honest, straightforward, good thinking, non-divisive, non-self-seeking people who really want to act within a democratic society for you and me.
And one of the, do you know what, I would also put a prerequisite on being in Parliament.
Yeah.
And one of them would be you'd have to run a business.
No, can't agree with you on that.
Well, you'd have to have at least some business prowess.
No, you've got workers in a business who don't run a business. They're employed within a business.
They are, a lot of these guys.
They're the ones who keep your business going, for goodness sake.
Yeah, but they're so high up the food chain in terms of the worker placement.
Who is?
A lot
Politicians.
of the union guys are. They are really smart guys.
But I'm not talking about union people. I'm talking about the people who work in your business.
Yeah.
Who are the bedrock of your business and therefore the bedrock of our society. I'm all for the working man. I'm not a Tory boy. I'm for the working man. I'm not a Labour boy either. I just believe in honesty and straightforwardness, and that is what's lacking within our political system.
They won't tell the truth. They won't. Neither
Dead
of them.
right. The man's right. We'll have a row in a bit.
We'll get there. If we replace our system, then Eric should be the emperor and Lee should be his consort.
Get you.
He'd have to walk about a metre behind me, Steve. That'd be quite fun. I could go with that. But no, it's the same with everything about this. You know, there are stupidities in the NHS. I'm going to be hated for it.
But can I just tell you stupidity in the NHS?
Go on.
This happened to me. I phoned up my doctor in the UK 2 months ago, right? The only appointment I could get was on the day I flew back into Britain, right? Okay. I flew into Luton, I had my appointment, I phoned up halfway down saying, look, I think I'm going to be a bit late because of the traffic, right? I got to my appointment 8 minutes late and they wouldn't let me see the doctor. That's how good our NHS system is.
Goodness sake, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely. You will be hearing about this doctor, whatever your name is. I don't even know who you are because I've never got to see you.
That's just beyond ridiculous.
It is.
No, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, I can't be doing with all this. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
What are you talking about? Because you're looking at your phone at the same time.
No, I know, but it's this whole way the NHS works, and it's so bogged down in paperwork and silly beggars who are assistants to assistants to assistants who actually take the money away from the medical staff it just destroys the whole purpose of the NHS, in my opinion.
I agree with you. See, he's become the voice of sanity while I've been away, hasn't he? I'll have to mess him up again.
Thank you.
Not in a physical way. Just in a mental way.
Oh, right. Okay, so
I'll just play with your brain.
Ooh, I don't like that idea at all. That sounds pretty horrible. More messages. How many people were anti-Corbyn on the doorstep? They won't tell you that. No, of course they won't, Mitchell. They never do. If it's anti-Theresa May or anti-Jeremy Corbyn, nobody... They go, okay, nice to meet you, bye, and leg it down the road. You know, they just don't.
Do you think it's funny that people have started throwing McDonald's milkshakes over Tommy Robinson?
We don't want to mention it.
No, we don't want to mention it.
But we do approve of that immensely because I thought that was hysterical. Dave says, sadly the news media doesn't help. You can see all the news reporters are lapping all of this up, and all they are doing is guessing, not giving you the facts because no one knows the facts. And they don't. You're absolutely right, mate. They don't know the truth.
What facts? About what? About the outcome of the election?
Yeah, because it doesn't finish till 5 o'clock tonight.
Well, no, but then you just have a complete silence about what's going on. No, it's not the fact you don't know the facts. What you're doing is reporting what's happening at that particular moment within it. That's what reporting news is about. If you don't have that, what you have is a moratorium blackout of news between... If you can only say, right, the election is today... not mention it, nothing. Then you say, okay, Tories won, bye-bye. Why? It's opinion, it's discussion. It's exactly what we do here. It's having opinions, it's discussing things, it's expanding on things, it's looking at things in a joyous fashion.
Absolutely.
Instead of a fascist fashion.
Well, that's true. But the other interesting thing out of all this is, Dave says, Emperor Eric? No. Position already taken by Roscoe. Dead right. That just shows
what would you be then? Emperor? No, you'd have to be the Duke of...
I'd have to be president.
No, I'm being queen then.
Well, yeah, it's consort.
I'm not being your consort.
Are you not? Oh.
I was thinking of a consul. No, I'll be your consort, it's all right. But no tarry diddling.
All right, agreed. Stefan says, I have to confess my Wi-Fi is really... I can't read that word out. Rubbish, I'll have to change it.
Is that my Stefan?
Yes.
Hello, Stefan.
He's going to be talking to me in a bit.
Yeah, I've got to talk to you probably within the next couple of days. Well, definitely in the next couple of days.
Yep. Steve, you're absolutely... I agree with you.
Steve Mann?
Yeah. I'm agreeing with him. 10 years ago, I arrived for an appointment and was seen within a few minutes. These days, I have to wait hours.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait hours? Because there's too many stupid rules, too many... I mean, my late father, he wasn't a big guy. He was a very trim man. He didn't have an ounce of fat on him anywhere. And yet the rules for lifting him in the bed, because he was bedbound at that point in the hospital, was 4 nurses. What? The rules were 4 nurses to lift him up.
Well, I can understand that.
No, all they were doing was sliding him from one bed to the other.
Yeah, but you don't want to drop him.
No, but the 2 bits were together. They put the 2 beds together. They were going to take him for some x-rays. You just slide him from one to the other. But no, they had to have 4 of them to do it. It was a 2-man job.
Do you know, here's another NHS story, since we're doing them. I ordered some tablets I was on at the time. I was going away for a while. So I said to the doctor, can I have, whatever it was, 2 months' supply of these tablets? I don't take them anymore because I'm very well, thank you for showing interest. And I went to the surgery to get them the day I was flying out. And I said, and they give me 1 packet of these pills. I said, well, I've ordered 2 months' worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, well, I'm sorry, I've only got it here as 1 packet. I said, well, I need them because I'm going away, and this is a course of treatment, right? They wouldn't give them me, right? Even though I pointed out they're on the shelf behind you.
Because you hadn't got the right bit of paper.
At the end of that phone him up, get them off the shelf, and give them me. Do you know what? This is the truth. And I have the paperwork, and I'm actually going to publish this at the ConsumerWatchFoundation.com. I got banned from that surgery.
It's ridiculous.
Outrageous.
I better say hello to Tiger as well.
Oh, hello, Tiger.
More on that.
Why is he called Tiger?
I don't know. Signal breaking up. It's not me.
No, it's not us, you cheeky monkey.
No. I'm looking. I can always check that because I've got another little machine here, Mitchell. On the other side of not Lee. On the other side of the fence, as it were, and it tells me if I'm dropping signal, the little packets, and I can see...
Dropping little packets?
They're called packets.
That's disgusting. That's like Chewbacca.
Eric is not well.
He isn't.
Lee, take him to a doctor. I am well.
You are well, actually. You look beautiful.
I am quite good.
He really looks incredibly well. I upset him as soon as I came in because I said something fatuous to him, and he got all upset. But he's lost so much weight. He's so trim and so handsome.
I haven't lost that much weight.
I just lied. I was just trying to make you feel good.
All right. No, but the truth is, even on Facebook now, you get to the point where...
You have lost weight. I'm just having a look.
Yeah, I know. I look on Facebook and I love debating and interacting on topics. I've now got to the point of sitting there, I'm about to type something, and I go, no, I can't be bothered.
Why? What's that got to do with anything?
Because all you ever get is the Brits being positively negative.
Oh, right.
They don't look for the positives. No. And if you keep looking for the negatives, you will find them.
Accentuate the positives.
Absolutely. Where's Rachel Brunston when we need her, says Dave?
She's got a poorly voice.
She's got a poorly voice. She probably sounds beautiful on voiceovers, but
she sounds like Roscoe.
She had a little nap and woke up with a poorly throat, which is not
frog
funny.
in the throat. Didn't know
and
they
if,
had French.
and if I do look a bit tired, it's because I couldn't go to sleep last night.
That's because you had hangover.
No.
You had hangover. We got together on Wednesday and he got hangover.
What, till Friday? Get out of here. I was just so intrigued about the election. It really got me that I couldn't go to sleep.
I woke up at 7:30 this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with you?
I've no idea, but I thought I must be dead. I saw this strange glowing world outside.
Well, there is that to it as well. We'll just give you a quick last update on the numbers to see.
Are you listening, Mr. Man?
How much they've changed? Not a right lot, actually. The Labour Party are down 78. Ooh. The Tories are down 494. Ooh. Liberals are up 330. Greens are up 56. The Residents Association, they're up 13. Actually, they normally do quite well in Labour.
Yeah, because they're getting new bins.
All right. UKIP are down 54. And the other big result of the day is that the independent councillors, i.e. they're not in any political party, are up 227, which says an awful lot for the two main parties in the UK, who have both been hammered. And it doesn't matter what you say.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, it's the rally.
Is that the rally?
One of the rally cars.
Wow.
Yeah, boys and girls, we've got.
Did you hear that, Dave?
We've got the official FIA rally tomorrow.
I'm taking my Bentley in it.
We are going to have to leave the office early today because they're closing the whole of the town of Poprad off, and outside here closes at about 5, I think. So I'm going to have to leg it about 4 to make sure I'm not on another bit of road that's closed.
What happens if you get stuck? Because I've got to go shopping.
You stuck?
What? Can't go home?
No.
Can't I go around the back?
Well, you can go a really long way round, yeah.
It's all right, maybe Bentley up the company.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, that's the final scores on the doors. Both main political parties, the two main political parties in the UK, have had their stuffing knocked out of them. And I think, I'm sorry to say it's the Lib Dems, I think you picked up a load of just, well...
silly billies.
I don't know. I think people are just voting for the Lib Dems just to say to the other two parties...
Do you know what I think people are voting for? Because they've got panicky over the last time when they didn't bother to vote and ended up what they didn't want. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I suppose.
I nearly said that. I nearly said it properly.
Yeah, I know you did. Anyway, we move on, boys and girls.
Yep.
And I've got to say a quick couple of bits as I move my phone around to get to say it properly. Well, I'm sorry we can't. We don't have the chat room for Picato TV in the studio yet. I know there's a few of you on there chatting, but unfortunately we haven't got the screens in the studio yet. But we hopefully will do quite soon. What? Mitchell says, my ancestors were from Riga and Vladivostok. We love Riga, don't we, Dave?
Riga's really nice.
I've never seen anybody take so many pictures of a trolley bus.
Where was this bloody bus stop?
What?
He said he came from a bloody bus stop.
Vladivostok.
Oh, sorry.
They won't release turnout figures yet, Steve, because they can't do that till, I think it's after 5 o'clock your time, roughly, when the last results come in. They will have an indicative idea of what it is, but it seemed to be very similar to last
be
local elections.
Interesting to know, actually. Yeah, it's a good question, though, Steve.
Some were under 20% in some wards, and others were up in the 30s,
but
which is about normal.
But what Steve said is right. That is an interesting question. Has the shock of what happened when nobody bothered to vote actually made a difference to people wanting to vote or not?
Yeah.
And if the people don't want to vote, why are they demanding a people's vote? You've just had another chance to vote and you didn't go and vote.
Well, there is that to it as well. I love that, my darling. She's got a nickname on you now called Here for the Tea. I like that.
Who?
This young girl. She's just here for the tea. I like that. Dave says Riga was awesome. Yes, I'm going to be anoracking about Riga with Sanita this week, who's coming from the Luton office, along with the English ice hockey team.
She's very nice, Anita.
Have you met Ian?
Of course I've met her.
Have you really?
She gave me a dongle.
Oh, of course you did, when you went to the thingamajiggy.
Then I had to give it her back.
Yeah, I know. And Sunita's from Riga, so we're going to have a good sort of chance of doing that. Enjoying the show as always. Thank you, Mitchell. That's very sweet.
Very nice, Mitchell.
So also hello to Pierre and
Pierre.
Pierre. Yeah.
Hello, Pierre.
Hello, Pierre.
Where are you from?
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
I didn't ask you. I asked him.
Oh, okay. Pierre, he wants to know where you're from.
Where are you from?
Brian is there as well.
Brian who? Brian who?
I don't know.
Well, why did you keep
Brian L.
You're just saying people.
Christopher G. Valtis.
Well, that could be a mouthwash.
Jeremiah P. I don't know. And Andrea S.
Andrea S.
No. Sometimes you despair, don't you?
Yes,
we
do.
You really do despair. So anyway, we'll have to dig out the video. Oh, God.
Ooh.
If he's going to dig out the video, I'm going to be in doo-doo.
Is that David in Riga?
Yeah.
I've seen it, David. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What? You haven't seen the video?
I'm just winding him up.
Oh, I see. No, he loved the trolley buses. He was just taking
that
pictures.
Was the thing. He wasn't wearing any trolleys,
He was taking pictures of trolley buses all the time. Let's move on to a bit of serious news as time rushes on. Here we go. Cyclone Fanny.
Yeah, why is it called that? That is just stupid.
But it is Fani.
Yeah, it's just spelt it wrong.
No, it is.
It's a really serious thing, though.
It is actually. There's 100 million people at risk. Official government figures say, and The beauty of today, in one way, is we know about it. In centuries before, these things were happening, but nobody knew about the blasted things. So nobody could actually help. Whereas at least in the modern age, because of the toys that we're using right now, you can actually get to find out the news. So we wish everybody over in India a safe...
Isn't that incredible? 100 million people.
I know, but it's a big country.
Well, it is, I know. But yeah, but may I just say it? I don't know who wrote this. But quite a nice piece of journalistic writing. 15 words where it says, no, you did not write it.
No, it's true. I edited it.
Well, if you edited it, it's nice. A tropical cyclone, the worst in 20 years, is barreling towards 100 million people. Yeah. If he edited it, he left 1, 2, 3, he better another 7 words on, so I edited it better because I did it there.
You can't win.
That was a beautiful bit. That's a good piece of journalistic writing.
Thank you. Anyway, we're going to crank through some of the stories because we have got lots and we have not done that. Coroner rules that Hither Green homeowner, who's a 74-year-old hero in my book, he had a oaf, break into his house, was apparently drug crazed as well, and this Mr. Brooks stood his ground with him and said, "I've got as big a screwdriver as you, mate." Yeah. So the lad comes at him, and Mr. Osborne attacks the lad with the screwdriver. Unfortunately, the lad dies, and then all of a sudden he can't go back to his house because people are threatening him.
Crazy. I
mean, what kind of idiotic thing is that?
I don't even care if you come from a criminal fraternity. There has to be honour amongst a criminal fraternity.
There always has been.
Yeah, and if you break into somebody's house and you fall foul of your actions, you cannot then try to ruin that person's life. This man is a hero. Absolutely. 80 years old. And you know all the pictures of him?
Yep.
In the press. Brilliant. He's there drinking 2 pints at once. Good on you.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, we like you immensely. That's a good one. Sorry, I should have turned my phone down. I was using it.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Totally unprofessional.
Yes, there is. Someone's... Well, actually, I can't complain because somebody listening to the programme said, racing in the Tatras this weekend? What's the plan? We haven't got a plan.
No, we have
have got a plan because tomorrow we're busy.
Oh, why?
Yeah, we are.
I know he keeps telling me that I'm busy. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Flipping heck.
Oh, what? No, wow.
I know, we'll be all right.
Oh, all right.
We'll be all right. Because the roads will be open again during the early part of tomorrow and then close later on. Because the actual rally proper starts late at night.
Does it?
Yeah. If you really want to watch if you're somewhere around Poprad and want to watch the best bits of the rally.
Won't they all crash?
No, they all race around the roads, but at night when there's no kids about, no nothing, and you have to stand behind these fencing that goes up to make it really safe. But it doesn't start till later on in the evening. Mm-hmm. Well, I think it starts about 7:30 or something like that, which is a bit annoying if you want to go to sleep. But who wants to go to sleep?
Will they be coming past my thing?
No.
It's all right then.
They get close to me.
Good.
But I don't care because
the planes will drone about.
Because it goes. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, the BBC says the storm coming in is Fonny. Okay.
Is what? Funny?
Fonny. F-O-N-I-E.
It's not as funny as Fanny.
No.
In fact, you could say fun. Oh, can't.
No. You cannot go there. I know exactly where you're going. Shameless plug, says Dave. If you like cars and you're in the southeast this weekend, we're getting an advert now. Southeast weekend, you can go to the Eastbourne Magnificent Motors Show, which is on this weekend. Apparently, there's, according to Dave, there's 900 vintage classic cars. There's also motorbikes, buses, and more expected to display on the Eastbourne West lawns. There's also the Wish Tower Scopes, whatever that is, with live music and entertainment throughout the weekend. I'll be hanging out with the Sussex EV group. EV?
Evangelists?
Electronic vehicles?
Electronic vehicles could be, could be all sorts of things.
Yeah, he could have gone green. No, not Dave. He's a petrol head. Yeah, he's too much of a petrol head. And if you see Dave with the Sussex EV, whatever that is, it's a group apparently. Perhaps he's playing the comb.
Playing the comb?
Yeah. Or the spoons. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to play a guitar, is he?
Can I just tell you something, Dave? You'd be very interested in this.
What?
While you're going to this rally to see all these old vintage vehicles, I have to say, you can also go to a similar thing in Gwynedd, in Wales, and you can find loads of classic cars inside a mountain where they've been dumped. And may I just tell you, go and read it at the Consumer Watch Foundation, that the council have actually written to us saying, "Ooh, we didn't know about this, we'll have a look into it." So they're going to look in the cave and see if we're telling the truth. How can that council not have known that for nearly 30 years people have been putting cars inside a mountain? What a load of rubbish.
Yep. So anyway, get yourself down to Eastbourne this weekend if you're not in Poprad watching the Brum Brums here.
Yeah.
Because we've got Class 1 rally cars here this year, I think.
So they're only learners?
No, they're the really high-powered ones, unrestricted, which go...
I want one of them on mine.
Oh, it's lovely.
I know, I'm getting one. It just sounds like your exhaust. What? Who now?
What are you going on about? Getting one of them for you.
On my car, I want an
You
exhaust.
won't get... It's a diesel.
I want one of those things you stick up your exhaust and basically my burbles, it burbles.
All electric cars. We have 6 on... I was right! Electric vehicles! Dave's on an EV, electric vehicles thing.
Well, he's always been plugged in, hasn't he?
Well, he has been very plugged in. We have 6 on show. I'll be there with me mates.
Are they little girls' cars? Do they look like little girls' cars, like the car that Tory Boy would drive?
They've got a Nissan there. A Nissan Leaf. I can't go into electric yet.
Dave,
anyway,
have they got any cars there that are electronic that have a remotest bit of style?
Probably, some of them do. Or there won't be a Tesla because they're after about $6 billion or something.
I've seen one of them. I'd have one of them.
No, but the Tesla bloke is trying to get loads of money from people to stop the company going broke.
Well, maybe we'll get one of his cars, Jim.
Yeah, might do. This really annoys me.
Which is that?
The Metropolitan Police have spent £7 million, equivalent to half its budget for tackling knife crime, to look after the Extinction Rebellion climate protesters.
I know.
7 million quid it's cost, and that's 7 million quid that could have gone to stop knife crime. I hope you people are happy with that. Good on you. Well done.
Yeah,
You've just
exactly,
cost all the taxpayers an awful lot of money.
And you've left all your plastic bottles in London. Well done.
Yeah, Julian Assange's dad is actually saying the Australian government should intervene in his in his hotel suite at the Queen's Hotel and get him back to Australia. No, he broke the law in England.
Yeah.
He goes.
But all the criminals go to Australia.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's why the first place we ever saw Rachel was in jail, wasn't it?
Well, that's true. Yeah, absolutely true. She was in Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
She was. She was in Nick. The Defence Secretary, Gavin Williamson, has been sacked over the Hawaii leak. It's illegal to do what you done, mate.
It is. You're supposed to be an honest politician. That's what we're calling for. Honest politicians and honest people who in government. And what you did, that was a bit naughty.
Was indeed. We move on to a few stories about Facebook this week. Facebook has had to apologise to the page PC Madness. Because somebody reported a photograph and they blocked it and all the admins and people. So this was actually on their page. To the so-called human who reported us, the reply from Facebook, now go away and annoy somebody else. Your post is back on Facebook today. We are sorry. I'll correct that. We're sorry we got this wrong. We reviewed your photo again, and it does follow our community standards.
Well done, Facebook.
I couldn't believe it. And the comment was, the chef does everything but cook. That's what wives are for.
Who complained about that?
Somebody. It's an old advert.
It is, yeah. It's a 60s ad, isn't it?
60s ad from Kenwood. So anyway, Facebook did the right thing for a change.
Well, incredible. Amazing.
I mean, I am flabbergasted.
Can I just say, I am sending our story about Facebook and Nicholas Clegg, Corporal Clegg, using Facebook to attack the Daily Mail. And nothing else, doing nothing else for Facebook other than on his profile attacking the chairman of the Daily Mail.
Yep.
Tomorrow we are sending it in to every member of their press office because they will not reply to us about it. And everybody who's been banned, every good cause that Facebook keeps banning, we are battling for you. Instead of ignoring them, come and join us. Get them. Join them. Yeah,
absolutely. Where are we? Mitchell's comment about electric cars. Why don't you go and buy an old milk float?
That's what I said, David. Have any of them got any class? A milk float's got more class.
But you know my car's partially electric, don't you?
Well, so's mine. It's got a battery.
No, because I've got a kinetic turbo on it as well.
You should buy a proper one.
Steve wants to know if the minister is guilty, then why isn't there a police inquiry? That's up to the police, Steve.
Of course it is, yeah.
Nobody can force the police to... if ever the politicians start forcing the police to do something, leave the country. Because then you'll be living in a dictatorship. And you will. It's up to the police to decide who, what, where, how, when and why. They make the decision.
They make the decision on the investigations, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and then they go to the
CPS
after that, and it's up to them. What's wrong with attacking the Daily Mail? They're rubbish. No, you don't have to attack the Daily Mail. They do it on their own. Daily Moan, in my case. There is a...
I hope everybody knows that I just treated those remarks with contempt it deserves.
Apparently there's a purely electric VW Golf. Yeah, I saw that on the telly, actually, Dave. It was on one of the road test programmes that we have here. And somebody was testing it up in Bratislava. It did look kind of cool. They keep
a Volkswagen in the hillside in Wales, don't you know?
I'll keep a Volkswagen in the hillside. Thank you very much. And Steve's really upset because he wants to go down to Eastbourne and he can't make it, but never mind. In Australia, there's absolute outrage, and quite rightly so as well, because Facebook has banned a breast cancer survivor ad, and it's these lovely ladies who've had breast cancer, and they're photographed with cupcakes as the Americans call them, in front of their naughty bits, to try and get... so every time somebody in Australia buys one of these cupcakes for a special period of time, the money goes to the charity. And Facebook banned it. You're pathetic, Facebook.
Would they ban it if they were tick cakes?
Probably not.
No, exactly.
No. I am pleased to say, and I can guarantee this, that somebody's put the adverts back up on Facebook.
Good on them.
Good on them. Facebook has banned some far-right people, which is wonderful.
Actually, that's not a bad thing, but what is the reason behind doing it?
I think it's called PR.
I think that's... I don't think there's any moral motivation behind it. I think it's just... Corporal Clegg said, I think we better ban these right-wing people, they're a bit like me.
Yeah, because we've banned a few left-wings, so we better ban a few right.
Yes.
And, of course, Nicky Cleggy is in the middle, isn't he?
Because
he's a Liberal.
He's a middleman.
He's stuck in the middle of the road?
I could do me Daniel O'Donnell.
You could, but I really want to debate the final story we've got today, which comes from the Co-op funeral service.
All right, oh, blinking heck, look at the time.
I know, it's gone. It's all disappeared.
Which one's that? I'm not seeing this.
Mitchell was surprised that she sacked him just before an election. No, I mean, if she thinks that's the case, she has to do. She's in charge. That's what she does.
Do we think Theresa May is an honest politician?
Yes, but she's too black and white.
I think that's a very good answer, and I'll stand by that answer.
Yeah, she really is. The grey is not there. Needs to be a bit of grey.
Yes.
She reminds me of the...
Well, Steve, is Theresa May an honest politician? Forget about the politics. The woman herself, is she honest? Not whether she's rubbish, not whether she's inept. Is she honest?
Apparently we mustn't do middle wicket jokes.
Well, like Jake the Peg?
Yeah, Jake the Peg, that's the one. No, because that was a horrible man as well. Anyway, we move on to the top 10 funeral songs as researched by the Co-op. This is the Co-op funeral service. Popular rock songs played at funerals included, here we go, you got it, Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
But it goes on for hours. It's nearly 20 minutes long. What a boring funeral.
And Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell.
That's a bit of a strange one, really, isn't it?
No, it's brilliant because it's got Cher in it.
No, I beg to differ. Bat Out of Hell does not have Cher in it.
Oh, no, it's not. It's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thank you. Sorry.
Took the words right out. Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth. You're absolutely right. Robbie Williams' Angels. Yeah,
nice. Like Robbie Williams.
Actually, it's not a bad song as it goes from Robbie Williams.
He doesn't do many good songs, does he, Robbie?
The other popular requests include TV tunes.
Match of the Day.
Yeah,
kick it back.
I like that. Only Fools and Horses and Last of the Summer Wine. Sinatra's My Way tops the chart. And we'll give you a quick rundown in a moment. And Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Botticelli.
That is just taking the mickey, isn't it, though? Yeah, it's time to say goodbye.
Right.
Obviously, you're in a coffin.
And then Ed Sheeran gets in there as well. How the hell that worked, I really don't know. So anyway, in at number 10, Always Look on the Bright Side by Eric Idle, Monty Python.
That's funny.
One of the greatest songs of all time. Vera Lynn at number 9 with We'll Meet Again.
That's a bit funny. No, I suppose that's quite emotional.
Well, it works for the age group if you think about it. You Raise Me Up by Westlife.
That's a bit bizarre, really.
Yeah. Unforgettable, Nat King Cole. That's a great track.
Nice.
Supermarket Flowers, Ed Sheeran.
Quite a cutting sort of modern take on it,
Angels, Robbie Williams is at 5. Wind Beneath My Wings, Bette Midler's at 4.
Disgusting. What a pathetic, ridiculous, pointless song.
Okay. Over the Rainbow by Eva Cassidy's at 3, which I can't kind of get. Time to Say Goodbye, Botticelli and Sarah Brightman.
Funny.
And My Way from Frank Sinatra. Good old Frank is in at number 1. The most popular song as requested by the funeral directors, or clients of the funeral directors, at the Co-op funeral thingamajiggy.
Yeah.
Called it thingamajiggy. What's that? Oh, Steve, stop it.
What's he done now?
He said naughty things again.
What, like words?
Well, he's accusing certain politicians of diddling with young children.
Ah, well, that's pathetic.
That is not for us, Steve. No, we don't like that
sorry.
at all. That's just not even credible. Because there's too many other people that in those years ago, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, let's see. What would you have? What would you have at your funeral? Come on, guys, on the chat rooms, tell us.
I'd have a kebab.
You can't have a kebab.
Oh, all right then. I'd have a pint of black lager.
Musically.
Oh, musically, I'd have Return to Sender.
I like that. Yeah, but the trouble is that's Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that's all right. I like Elvis. Return to Sender. What would you have?
I don't know. I'll tell you what's going through my mind, and Dave will know this. A good old friend of ours on a former show was a gentleman called Howard Rose. He was the editor of the radio magazine.
I answered this question in 3 words. You've already done 3 minutes.
All right, thank you. So he came in to the church to Caroline by the Fortunes, and he left the church to All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. And that just worked. It was, I mean, everybody was giggling. And then at the wake, his wife said, "I've got one up on him."
Oh!
So I said, "What? What are you on about, Patricia?" She said, "Well, you know I was always nagging him to stop smoking." Yes. She said, "Well, I got one up on him. I put a brand new packet of cigarettes in his suit that he was dressed in to be buried. I didn't put a lighter or matches." And I thought that was fab. That was fab. Yes, Dave does remember that. I remember that raised a smile. It certainly did. It really, really did. And it was, I don't know, it's one of those weird things where you couldn't, I mean, my number one song of all time hasn't changed for decades, is See Emily Play by Pink Floyd. Now, it doesn't work at a funeral.
Well, it could do if that was your favourite song and you wanted it. But I don't know what you mean. It isn't a funeral song.
No, it just doesn't. Yeah. And if I had to write it down before I died, then my Radiohead would go on instantly.
Do you know what I'd have?
What?
I'd have The End by The Doors.
That's kind of...
Well, it's 22 minutes again now.
What about Riders on the Storm by The Doors?
Riders on the Storm.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we could have that. That's lovely.
All right, yeah, we'll have that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we're getting buried together.
Yeah, probably. That'd be really cool. Some not too obscure, but obscure enough just to make people go, ooh, jump up and down when it comes on.
What about Radio Days by Van Morrison?
That could work.
That could work.
That could work.
What's that other one? Yeah.
You're talking about In the Days Before Rock and Roll, aren't you?
Yeah, Radio Days.
Yeah. Radio Luxembourg.
I'm going to do Jim... Oh, no, it wasn't Jim Morrison.
It wasn't Jim Morrison. That was more like Van Morrison.
I know.
Flipping heck.
Hey.
Anyway, we better get on and we better go and
right,
da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Anyway, thank you ever so much to everybody who's come on to Picato TV and wished us well. It's really kind of you. Thank you ever so much for an amazingly full chat room on You Now again. It's like solid. It reminds me of LBC in London when I used to work there and got all lovely numbers for them. That was pitchy, wasn't it? REM. In the end of... It's the end of the world. Oh, that works.
Well, not everybody's dying, no, are they? So do you.
Well, it's just Dave.
Oh, Dave, don't die, Dave.
No,
after you've been rude to me, I'm going to get you.
I'm trying to think. We'll have to think about that now.
I can think of one, but I can't remember its title, what it's called.
I'd have to have something silly as well. I'd have to make it... Because I couldn't do it straight. There'd have to be some comedy in it. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel right.
There's a really good Scott Walker one called Night Flights. I'd have Night Flights,
It's going to be one of those lovey ones.
I'm going to do a show about dead songs.
Oh, yeah?
Dead people.
Am I helping you do your shows now?
Nobody just decided. Because I want to play Night Flights by Scott Walker.
So you're going to do that on RTI?
Yeah.
All right. See you later, team. I hope to see some of you at the seafront tomorrow at Eastbourne in the magnificent motor shows.
I'm looking into the mountain in Wales.
It's actually, the website is magnificentmotors.co.uk. That's from Dave. He'll be on the EV stand, and you can have a natter with him. And if he starts to tell you any stories about me, they're all lies.
They're all true. If they're bad, they're true.
Yeah,
if they're good, they're not.
Right. What are you up to the weekend then, Uncle?
Me? Yeah, I don't know, because you won't tell me.
Okay. Mitchell says, bye, Poprad. Monty Python's always look on the bright side. Yeah, that was in there, Dave. Right, we're going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take good care of yourself. See you next week. Same back channel and all that other sort of stuff that people say at the end of shows, which I've never understood why, really, but they do. Next up, it's the lovely Steve on RTI, Radio Tatras International, and we'll see you all again next week. Take care.
The Station of the Stars. RTI.